12-Sided Stories is for mature audiences and often deals with topics that may be difficult for some listeners. Discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to a spy thriller with teeth. 12-Sided Stories presents Dead Drop, a story-heavy, rules-light Night's Black Agents actual play. And now, your director, Wes Otis.
Welcome to Dead Drop, episode number 3. My name is Wes. I have some wonderful players with us today. Let's start with Saint.
Hello, I'm Saint, or Saint Spider, and I am playing Layla Soto. She's our medic slash liquidator of people when she's really mad. So let's try to keep her happy and don't pile on, okay?
Hello all, I am B, they, them, and I am playing Decker Black, he, they. And Decker, aside from being utterly beautiful, a hero of sorts, just an enigmatic muscle. He also really cares for his ma. And, not a lot to complain about. She's doing okay. She's going to be put up in a house, and all he has to do is an outrageous mission. No big deal at all.
Hello, I am Pooja, she, her, playing Asha Kumar, also she, her. And you know what? I'll do this job. As long as it gets me to my end goal, I don't care. All the better if I can, blow some shit up along the way.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and I am playing Sofia Vallardes, and she is a hacker, and she's a cleaner, and she, she's down for the adventure. She's just interested in what the heck is going on. Before we start, please consider supporting the show through Patreon or on Ko-fi, spelled Ko-fi. Now, on with the show.
Last time we got together, you all got together as well and got a job offer from Van Helsing to get a large amount of money to help figure out what this new drug Barlatola is all about. And so basically what's been happening is all of you have run into some sort of vampire-esque behavior from people taking this particular drug. And I don't want to go through all of the different backstories necessarily, in detail, but at this point you met up behind a Lenny's to help Decker's mom. Jenny, the person that was with Decker, took their mom to the hotel to keep them safe, and you all kind of were left to make a decision. There's a party coming up for a Brad Templeton that's like some kind of charity event that Van Helsing wants you to crash and to get intel on and all this good stuff. And it's only like a day away, so you don't have a lot of time. I know when I said it, I thought of Annie. Anyway, that's basically where we're at this point. My question for all of you is, you have a party at a large mansion outside of Washington that is going to be probably heavily guarded, and you have to figure out a way how to get into there and get as much information as possible. I want you to talk amongst yourselves and kind of make a plan and figure out how you want to approach this particular event.
Okay. Are we at another one of our meeting spots? I can't quite recall. Did we have a home base?
That's true. You all haven't had a chance. Now, we could just say that you have a home base, and between helping Decker's mom and right now, we'll say that it's mid-morning the next day, you were able to find some kind of location, Washington-based, DC-based, that is kind of down in a business district or whatever that you can use as your first base. And then that's fine, because we don't need to role play that whole thing out. So we can just say that you've found a place and you're comfortable with it. You haven't used it before. It hasn't been traced. So you feel like it's definitely a safe place.
Okay.
Now, do we want to go over all the different clues that we have?
Could you, just because I don't remember where I put my notebook? And I took brilliant notes last time.
Here's what you know so far. The Russian mob got a hold of a bunch of Barlatola, and their enforcer, Igor, was killed and blood-winged for taking said drugs. When Sophia cleaned the area, they didn't find any of the drugs, but they found a bunch of records. In those records, you've noticed that some of the Bartola has been sent out and probably is on the street right now, which worries you a lot because you have seen the effects. Layla, or however Saint's saying her name.
Yeah.
What you found out about Barlatola so far is the Russian mob has gotten a hold of it, and the Allfathers, who seem to be the muscle for someone you're not sure. Van Helsing thinks it's this Brad Templeton is connected somehow, but there's no way to know yet. Went after Igor and killed him, blood-winged him. There was no drugs in his apartment, but those drugs seem to have been put out on the street, which is worrisome because Layla has seen the effects of these drugs. They seem to bring out certain animalistic traits in people, making them very feral and angry and just chaotic. But Layla has Barlatola. She actually has some of the drugs. And what brought Decker into it, like I said, was the fact that the Allfathers seem to be trying to neutralize Decker. He used to work as a bodyguard, and we haven't really set up who he was being a bodyguard for. And I'm going to leave that blank because I'm going to fill it in later. But basically, for some reason, they're really interested in neutralizing Decker at this point and are literally going to go after his mom. And then, Asha woke up with bite marks in her neck and no memory of the past month and a half since her last operation in London.
I think it may have been 3 months.
3 months. It's been a while. There's a big chunk of time missing. And from all of this information, you have a drug that you're not sure what the chemical compounds are yet until you test them. It's out on the street. The Allfathers are muscle, but not very smart. They're, like we said, mooks. They're basically puppets. You don't know much about Van Helsing. He covered up his voice, and he had Carla, his assistant, meet you instead of him himself. But he seems to be really well funded and is willing to throw money at you to get this problem taken care of. So if it's okay, Layla, I was going to say that this area that you have will allow you to look at the chemical compounds. And I believe you have...
Well, I literally have chemistry.
That's perfect. So you have 2 in chemistry. Now it's up to you. If you want to spend an extra point in chemistry to get a boon, you don't have to roll. It just means you spend that point during this particular game, and it will give you extra information about what this particular drug is. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and spend a point. I'm going to assume this is one of the very few chemistry events in the game. So
who knows?
Take it while you can.
Who knows? But yeah, we'll spend that precious point.
Basically, what you find out, I'd imagine Layla is the kind of person that is very analytical and has to figure stuff out really quickly. While everyone else is sleeping, you've been doing stuff, and it's the CSI montage of you looking through microscopes and watching cells eat each other and all that shit. This seems like a very impure drug. It has a lot of chemicals in it that are obviously fillers. You're not quite sure what's all in it. There is some fentanyl in it, which is bad. They cut it with fentanyl. They might cut it with some baking soda, you're thinking, and put some dye in it or whatever. But there's some kind of hemoglobin, like weird dried blood crystals in it that when you put water in it, it reactivates them. And basically they become almost like cancer cells where they start multiplying very quickly and destroying the cells that are next to them, replacing blood with them. So it basically replaces whatever blood you have in you with this new blood that's in this pill. With the extra amount of chemistry you spent, you also realize that this chemical reaction, because of the impurities of the pill, you're thinking that this might not be the final form of this particular pill. It might be version number 32. And so they had a big batch of this thinking that it was correct, and it's not. It's bad. And you're thinking that Thaddeus and the woman that was in his apartment, obviously had this bad batch, and that's why she had a bad reaction. And it makes you wonder what's going on with Thaddeus right now, because he'd been downing these left and right with Coke. So the reaction might actually have hit him as well. That is the information you glean. It basically replaces your blood like cancer. And it still looks like blood, but it acts very differently. It causes you to become, like I said, more feral, extra strong, able to take damage, but also your reasoning ability is impaired.
So there's some sort of neurotoxicity to this as well. Delightful.
I like that. That's a great word for it. Yes.
Oh, delightful. So I'm thinking about Thaddeus's poor mother, who I believe we said she's 82 with her young boyfriend.
Yeah, she's 82 and her husband's like 45.
Yeah. Young. So I'm a side note to myself to like check any news articles or something. There's been like any mysterious deaths I should check on, but also I'm going to impart all of that knowledge upon my teammates over here. So yeah, just want to let them know this is what we're perhaps up against.
So, just because I'm a little unfamiliar, do we think people are going to be doping this at the party?
I would hope not.
Mm-hmm.
But let's not rule it out.
Well, are we prepared? I've spent this entire time thinking about what I'm gonna wear. And Decker, he's on his phone and it's just like menswear, suits, cufflinks, very practical things. How are we supposed to fight that?
I've got a duffel bag full of ways.
Make sure your outfit has somewhere to hold a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, room at the joints.
I mean, I was just gonna use my pants, just the back of them.
And I think Aja reaches into the duffel bag and tosses Decker an extra holster.
All right, thanks.
I don't know if it'll you probably have to adjust it.
Oh yes,
because you're a very different shaped person than I am. But yeah, and then just start setting out different explosive components and components to make different explosives just for safety's sake.
Okay, what's the plan? And I imagine we've got a nice a long table.
Yes, and a cork board.
Yes.
The whole 9 yards of think of a spy secret hideout. And that's what you have, a cork board, a lab section, a computer, the whole 9 yards.
Van Helsing went all out. And Decker found there's just a bowl of candy he's snacking away at. Okay. So, what's the plan?
All right, so we're going to have to infiltrate the party and find the safe that has the information.
Okay, infiltrating party. We just need tickets in? Sophia, what do we know about it? Invite only?
It's invite only, but it's easy enough to get you on the guest list.
You're good at this.
We got to make sure that the surveillance cameras are under our control so that we can slip in and out without being seen, without being recorded. How are you at dealing with high society people?
I mean, aside from being black, I usually fit in.
Jesus.
Okay. and Layla, I know you deal with high society people all the time.
I come and go in some various spaces. I might see a few familiar faces and know that rhyme was not on purpose.
You high society, Layla? Really?
Have you forgotten what my job is?
I didn't know if you were very good at it.
Of being a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
For the rich and famous.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you see the rich and famous in hospitals for the poors?
That's public healthcare.
Yeah. So think about all those people who are still alive. Me. And she just points at herself.
Okay. Not that I want to admit it, but I might have to ask you some questions then. Who are the names? Go ahead, Sophia.
Oh, I was going to ask. So, Asha, do you have any sort of explosives that can blow something up without destroying everything? I'm thinking like a little small safe door.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Like a target charge is child's play. I mean, I literally have taught children how to do this.
Oh, God.
I don't think I want to know about that, but
Maybe it's good that Asha doesn't remember some of her past.
But really, a targeted charge isn't that bad. There will be noise, but if we can arrange a distraction, also, depending on where the safe is, it's not something that would travel outside of a 2-room radius-ish. What I need is time and just a little bit of space. But I can get us in. I can also try to crack it. If we can get more time, I can try to crack it without blowing it.
So you need a distraction.
Mm-hmm. And if we want to try to, maybe not alert them that they've been robbed the second we leave.
In our best interest? If this can be an easy in, easy out, we don't have to run into anybody who's taken that Barlatoa, then it's worth it.
I'm shaking my head because they said it wrong, but I'm just not even going to bother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what my thought, too. It's perfect. It's perfect for
Decker.
For Decker, yeah.
Look, he went to military school.
Okay, so I guess my question, though, is you've got kind of a skeleton of an idea of what you're going to do.
And I wanted to know if we can... It's not a luck roll in this one. All right, so we've got a few ghosts of ideas like, if we need a distraction, will there be live music? Perhaps we can plan according to something like that. And then maybe we can figure out our targets before we go in. If we can identify Brad's wife, Brad, and stuff to like flesh it out.
Yes, I will say the vibe of the party is black tie. There's going to be live music, but it's going to be like cello, violins, and like a 4-piece kind of thing doing waltz music and things like that.
This is horrible.
Classical covers of Coldplay
covers songs. And just stuff.
Coldplay, wow.
I heard it as soon as you said it.
I was trying to think of the worst thing possible.
Yep, there it is. I already feel unwelcome in this party. Oh my gosh.
They're going to be doing, switching between Coldplay, Nickelback, and sometimes Limp Bizkit. And
oh my God, are you trying to hurt me?
Wow, I'm taking psychic damage.
Everybody has to take stability rolls as long as you're within the earshot of that.
Oh my gosh. Decker's just thinking like, all right, I'm gonna look good. I'm gonna look good. I'm gonna dress well. Just focus on that. Okay.
Lordy.
What I'm assuming that we get with this kind of packet of information that Carla gives us, because since we have 24 hours to plan for this, she better have given us some kind of information packet.
Yes, she gave you a dossier of all the most important people, as well as some of the maybe not so important people.
And a floor plan of the house?
Yes.
And the location of the safe?
That they're not sure. They're thinking it's in the upstairs office, which would be the most likely place, but they can't confirm that 100%. One idea that you could do is tap into their security system and watch what they do for the day and see if they get anywhere near a safe. That would be one possibility.
Sophia, that's more of your bag than it is.
It is. And I mean, it's a whole lot of waiting if they don't go to the safe. But if it's an electronic safe, would I be able to see if it's on their system?
Is it on the network? That just sparks joy. I'm sorry.
I think that yes, because this isn't reality, this is a spy thriller. They have some kind of electronic device that's connected to the safe. Make a digital intrusion roll for me.
So I'm going to put 3 into this.
Okay, I'm going to say it's hard. It is a difficult one.
Uh-oh.
You
I
rolled
rolled
a
a
1.
1.
Yeah,
So
no
4.
clue. You look around, it looks like they've got the systems really intricate, and it looks like they have a bunch of basically fake out. It's too complicated for you to get through in the amount of time you have.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can't tell where the safe is based on the electronics. So you guys are going to have to just try and figure that out.
Now, just to throw this out there, you have 24 hours, and these are rich people with staff. It's staff or somebody who's connected to the family who may not like the family. If you approach them with the right set of money.
I mean, we can do that at the party as well.
Yeah, you could do that at the party. That's one way to do it as well. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Trying to think of what else to be done, but
Decker's online shopping to have an outfit airdropped by a drone at this location. You know, it's like that 12-hour window. They'll deliver it within 12 hours or it's free. That's the model of this business. How they continue to remain, who knows? So he has a whole outfit.
Well, I'm putting Layla on the list because she's more likely to be at a party like that.
Are you going to put me on the list?
You're her +1.
Wait, I'm the +1?
You're the +1, Decker.
Do I have to call you doctor?
always.
Fuck.
Oh, wait, I guess.
Yeah, if
Just this time
if
now.
if he's your
Yeah.
+1.
I couldn't not say always. And she's like not smiling, but she kind of quirks a smile a little bit. I'm pulling your tail.
So you've got your outfit. What about you, Layla? You get an outfit too? Are you...
Oh, yes. I guess I should describe. I mean, I'm just going to be, I'm matching the dress code and probably staying in like black and silvers, just kind of posh but understated.
Right.
Not
Makes
trying to
sense.
steal the show, just trying to be infiltratey. Speaking of making up words.
Steal the show. I mean, and then Decker looks down at himself. Silk suit, like chrome shoes, I think. Very flashy cufflinks. Just very ostentatious.
Yeah.
Nice. You do know that you dropped off someone that was high on this Bar Latola stuff. Do you make a phone call or check? Because there's no mention of it in the papers. There's no like woman ripped apart with younger husband.
Yeah, let me put in a call to, would I perhaps know, Thaddeus's PA or something like that he's sometimes...
And you've met his mom before, so you probably have, you were able to drop him off, so you have connections.
I'll just directly call her then. Just try to check in.
Her assistant answers the phone.
Hello, this is the Templeton residence.
Hi, this is Dr. Soto. I just wanted to check in on the family, see how everyone's been doing these days. May I talk to the lady of the house?
Sure, one second.
And a moment goes by and she gets on the phone.
Layla, thank you so much for sending Thaddeus home. He's been recovering in his room for the last day. Might take a while for him to get off all the junk that's in him.
Well, I'm happy to hear that he's stable. And as I was listening to her, can I use my bullshit detector skill, see if there's anything off there?
Yes, she does seem like she's holding back on something. There's something going on, but she's not saying it.
Okay. Let's see. Maybe she trusts me enough. Yeah, how is he doing? Has he been mostly bedridden? What's his behavior been like? Is he able to keep any foods down?
Well, he's been very angry. We had to lock him in his room. He's been throwing around his stuff, tantrums and what have you. My husband, Chip, has been, very helpful keeping him locked up. And, he hasn't been eating much. And he did try to bite one of the servants. But like I said, we've locked him in a room to kind of wait until the cocaine and whatever else he's on passes. He'll be okay. We just hope that he's okay by tomorrow night because we have a party we have to go to.
Oh, well, I'm taking a moment to think this can go very, 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 very badly. Well, how tight are those locks?
Well, we put him in when he was a high schooler, so pretty tight.
Right, like...
He acted up. He was a very rambunctious child, and so when boarding school didn't work and we couldn't send him anywhere to get properly trained, even the military school said no after a while due to pranks, we had to keep him locked up a lot to be able to teach him how to self-control. It's never worked. He's always been a bit off.
Oh my God. Wow. I'm saying this to myself. Thaddeus makes so much more sense now. Wow. All right, well, I would say that you should probably stay away from him for a bit. You've got probably the right, internally, I do not believe these words I'm saying. You probably got the right modus operandi there. Just make sure he doesn't maybe find a weakness in the wall or something. And I've seen a lot of people coming down from stuff, and it could get out of control so quickly.
Well, we'll of course call you if we have any problems, if he breaks out, but so far he hasn't been able to. We have the bars on the windows, so that keeps him from escaping, and we've done all we could to make sure that he's comfortable but secure.
Oh wow, that is so thorough. All right, well, I'll check in with you in a few days. Please enjoy your evening.
Oh, you too, Layla. Thank you so much for calling, and we appreciate your discreet services. We appreciate. I'll send you a check for your help.
Of course, my pleasure. I hang up. Wow, just at a complete loss. That's how I feel in my spirit, because that thing's gonna break out and kill everybody in that house. Oh well.
I mean, you say that, but it also sounds like she says room and she means cell.
Cell. And I'm just thinking, like, oh gosh, like
That was not a description of a room.
he was always gonna end up shooting someone.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs or no. Wow. And I feel a little bad that I sent him directly there, but honestly, if he was gonna turn into a big old man-eating monster, well, the circle of life. And then canonically, I let them know there might be a problem, but also maybe I'll see someone I know at the party. It'll give me some cred. So, 50-50 situation. I have no idea what to do about that, so we'll just play it by ear.
All right. I mean, Layla, I still have a hard time believing you even roll with the high life. Just because you're a doctor doesn't mean, like, you're cool.
Do you want me to pity you more?
Oh, come on.
I want to be insulted, but I just can't even. It's just kind of cute even, honestly.
Okay, I'm leaving the room now.
You walk out and a drone is dropping down to drop off his clothes.
Oh, my belt. Yeah.
It's like, look out, sees the delivery. Okay, this location's burned.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just a bit.
Gonna have to move from here. So you all get ready to go, and that night comes and you're in the van. Sophia, you need to tap into the security system again. So go ahead and make that roll.
Okay. I am going to do 4 this time.
There you go. No room for error.
4 plus 4 is 8.
Nice.
Okay. There are cameras set up everywhere. There's also cameras in the basement. You can't make out what's in there because it's completely dark.
Okay, I relay that to the team.
Okay, that's probably prime location number 1.
Well, if we... The safe is unlikely to be down there in the pitch black. But do we want to try to make this a twofer? And Thaddeus... not Thaddeus, sorry. And one of us splits down to the basement and one of us goes upstairs, looks through the safe?
I guess I was thinking still it might have been an electric safe. But yeah, okay. Well, if we don't think it's that, then perhaps just getting some intel on what might be in the basement would be a better main goal rather than going down there, and then we can prioritize the safe, see if we know what's happening down there. I just suspect it's a prison for some reason. Maybe it's just because of media.
It could be. I mean, I would say our primary objective here is to get whatever's in the safe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The basement, it's dark down there. God knows what.
There's spiders.
Centipedes.
There are human dog people.
Yeah, you know, exactly. Who knows if any of those are being imprisoned there? There's too many unknowns, and I think safety would be a massive issue. So let's focus on the safe for now. And maybe if we can get intel on the basement, great. But let's get the stuff from the safe first.
I'll ask around. I'll get that information. Don't worry.
All right. So we are going to say that you're able to easily get into the party. Layla's connections work really well. The entrance to this place is huge. It's got one of these marble fountains, and there's these huge staircases that go up to the second floor, and a large dining room and dance room has been set up off to the side. They have an open bar and they have people walking around with food, but there's also a place where you can go where there's kind of a buffet thing where you can get little bits of food and things like that. There are tons of people here that Layla recognizes, that Layla's worked for. There's also a few people that Decker recognizes from his past bodyguard work. Not the person that called the hit on his mom, but a guy named Jack Turner, who was the one who basically got Decker the job in the first place. He hasn't recognized that Decker's there yet. So it is up to you, when or if you want to approach him or just avoid that situation. This place is dripping with money. And sure enough, Layla, you notice Thaddeus's mother. The music is playing. They're going through a ripping version of One of These Days, and which is Limp Bizkit.
Oh,
and
thanks.
all these people are interacting. And it's not even at full tempo. It's a slower tempo thing, so that it's.
Oh yeah, these are classical versions.
Also, it lasts even longer.
Yeah, it's even longer.
This is bad.
So it's really bad. Anyway, and Asha, where are you in all of this? Where are you?
I think I'm so far, like, once they get into the party and we know and we're able to check the guard rotation through the cameras, I am going to infiltrate the second floor.
Okay, so right now to explain what the outside looks like, it's one of those huge circular driveways and there's a bunch of cars parked there. It's a 3-story house and there's a basement now, and it seems like they've got guards walking the perimeter. Once every about 10 minutes a person will go by because it's a large area. It seems like there's security, but it's not clamped down. So you're going to have to make it from the van, which is on the street, kind of down a little ways. It can't be too close or they'll notice a black van with blacked out windows sitting there.
And the van person.
The van person.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the situation outside. You're probably going to want to go from the back of the house and climb up like a trellis or something.
And that is what I shall do.
Okay. So can you give me your infiltration roll just to get across the way?
I shall put a couple of points into that, which gives me a 6.
Okay, cool. So you make your way across. None of the dogs pick up on you, and you're on the back of the house. You climb up. Are you going to ascend now, or are you going to wait until you get a little bit more intel?
I want to get as much intel as I can.
Okay.
Before I even start across, I guess was my thought. Was like,
so let's say that roll stands, and then whenever you're ready to use it, we'll say, okay, you're across and you're in as soon as you get more intel, okay? I just misunderstood.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to hold off, everybody's been at the party for a little while. We can scope out exactly what's going on. Maybe have, get some more information from the security cameras about what's going on inside.
Yeah, are there guards inside? What is their route? All that stuff.
Exactly.
They're not really rotating. They've got guards at the top of the staircase to keep people from going upstairs. And they have guards at the front door, welcoming people in and everything like that, kind of doing double duty. And there does seem to be guards around a door off to the left. Doesn't look like a special door at all, but you're guessing that from your blueprints, because the basement isn't on the blueprints, you're guessing that might be the door that goes down to the basement. So at some point, as you first get there, Layla and Decker, a woman approaches you. She's probably in her mid-30s, very nicely dressed. It is Erin Rucker. And she comes up and she says, Layla, it's so nice to see you. It's been so long.
Ah, Erin, so great to see you too.
I'm surprised to see you here.
Right, I've been trying to up my social game, if you can say that.
Decker rolls his eyes.
And I step on his foot.
Those are chrome.
It's just really refreshing to see people outside of their sick beds.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. You helped so much. You helped me a great deal, and I've heard that you've been helping others a lot too, so I appreciate it. I really do. It's hard when you go through your third facelift and things just kind of go wrong. You don't expect anything You got the best surgeons, and then all of a sudden part of your face is falling off. It's kind of scary, but everything has worked out really well. I've been taking a new regime of medicine, and I'm doing well. So
you look wonderful. Yes. And it's all right. She was always so chatty. And I'm looking at her. I'm like, is she on something? I'm like, are you on coke? Why are you talking so much?
You figure that the rich in DC at this point, because of dealing with Thaddeus, their baseline is they're on coke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How does she just seem generally? My doctor's eye is always on.
Give me a medic roll.
Ooh, okay. My first roll. Normal? Is that a normal thingy?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll just put 1 point in just in case. Oh, I got a 3 plus 1 is 4. Right.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, is this a mean game?
It can be. She is definitely on a cocktail of drugs, and you're not sure how many prescriptions and how many non-prescriptions there are in that list, but her eyes are a bit wonky and dilated, and she does seem very chatty.
Yeah, I think in the middle of kind of Layla and Erin having a conversation, as rude to Layla as possible, he kind of interjects, it seems like you haven't, introduced me to your looker of a friend.
Oh, hi. What's your friend's name, Layla?
Yes, this is Decker, a strong acquaintance of mine who is here with me tonight. And I just give him a simpering smile. But yes, this is Erin, one of my clients, and, friends when we have time, of course. I give a little fake-ass giggle towards Erin.
She goes, well, Decker, I love your shoes. Are those chrome?
Yes, they are. Do you want to know how much they cost? Actually, before I tell you that, do you want to go to a dark space to talk? Maybe there's a basement here.
This woman's all about dark spaces to talk. So she's gonna be like,
With the wonky eyes, you can tell.
yeah.
Oh, man, yeah.
She goes, well, I mean, yes, I'd love to get to know you a little better. Thank you for. Maybe we should start with champagne and we can go.
How about we just grab a bottle? Layla, thank you so much for introducing me to your friend. I'll see you, later. You want to keep an ear out and we'll talk. And like he's walking and talking. He has Erin by the elbow and like walking her away.
I'm just shaking my head. Like, all right, whatever.
Should I click down one of my interpersonal skills? Because that was flirting.
No, because that's an investigation skill, so you just get it
yeah,
because you have points in it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Passive effect.
The only time you have to spend skills is for general skills.
Thank you. Okay.
You sweep her away with flirting.
Barely.
She's like, sure, I'll go to a dark place with you, handsome man with shiny shoes. And you make your way away from Layla, who's kind of gobsmacked at that point, just kind of stand there going, oh, God, I hate that guy.
Also, Erin does this all the time. It's just like, dear Lord, well, at least I know this time it's him.
At least you know the person.
So
Yeah.
where are you going to try to...
The basement. So I recognize there's a door, but it's also guarded by somebody. Decker has to try and flatter his way through, bribe his way through, and if that, above all, doesn't work, well, he's very good at murdering with his hands.
Okay, so let's look at your skills. You have high society at 2,
Yeah.
flirting at 2, flattery at 2, reassurance at 2. I can't. That's small. So
Yep, that's correct. So, like, maybe high society?
maybe high society. Now you have 2 points. I would say this would be a great time to spend that point to get that guard to get the hell out of your way.
Yes, because it's very much like a high society, so I am going to bully him. This is very much, if this move had a name, it would be, do you know who I am?
Well, I'm sir, I'm not supposed to let anybody...
I don't even want to listen to you talk. Move!
Okay, but...
No buts! Do you want to keep your job?
yes, of course, just... Shh.
Out of the way.
All right. Do you have the ring?
No,
Can I
just
see?
get out before I can your ass.
Yes, sir. And opens the door, and you walk past, and Erin's like, oh, this is wonderful. And you walk into this dark room, and you click on the light, and there's this stairway that goes down into this huge basement, and there are all of these large... You're thinking boxes and furniture that are covered with sheets, and you hear the sound of electricity and some kind of pump going on, like some kind of medical pump whirring in the background.
Am I smelling antiseptic? Does it smell a little sterile down here?
Yeah, it smells pretty sterile.
Uh-huh.
Let's just go down.
Oh, yes. Shush. Don't worry. And he takes her by the hand. What if I peek under one of these cloths? What do we see?
It's a bunch of crates that seem to be here from, like, they're all like Germany, mostly European nations, like Germany and Russia and, Finland. And
Any of them opened? Or are they meant to go out?
it looks like they're meant to go out.
Fuck. Shit, this is the stuff. Do we have, like, communicators on?
Yeah.
I assume we do. Yeah. Really quickly on our communicator, I mean, completely, not oblivious, but, like, intentionally, like, what's Aaron gonna do? He beeps to the team. So I found the stuff, and it's ready to be shipped out, like, right away.
Who are you talking to?
Myself. Why don't you
Are
just...
you wearing an earpiece?
Shush.
She grabs you by the coat and pushes you up against the crates. You're not supposed to be here, are you? And her face suddenly starts to contort, and her teeth start to jet out longer. And she goes, you're so pretty. I just didn't want to have to eat you so soon. All right, so all of you hear that. Decker, give me a stability roll, because that just freaks you out. You did not expect her to do that.
I'll put 2 stability in.
Okay, great.
I'm so afraid. 5?
Excellent. So you're fine. You're scared, but you're also in control of yourself. So.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Aaron. I'm so sorry that I have to do this to you. You weren't anybody important, were you?
She's going to lunge at you and try to bite into your neck.
I would like to snap her neck.
They're definitely going to try to stop you from doing that. I am going to spend some points.
Ooh.
To raise, I'm going to spend 4 points, and I'm going to raise their hit threshold. It's going to be hard for you to do this because they're moving around and everything else. And I'm not going to tell you the exact number, but they're definitely using some of their powers to keep you from doing what you're about to do.
So, well, you don't have to tell me the exact number because my hand-to-hand rating is above an 8. The director will tell me if the opponent's hand-to-hand rating is within 1 point of my rating, lower than that or higher than that. My traditional hand-to-hand is 15. So, like, are you tougher than Decker Black?
Okay. Right now, yes.
Oh dear, I'm insulted. Fuck. Okay, cool. No sweat. Well, I'm gonna take my extra attack. I'm gonna put 5 points into this.
All right.
Okay.
I'm very serious about it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Erin's serious about it too.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks that you're going to taste wonderful. So, yeah, you want to get out of this.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Yeah. No, not at all.
Hey, that's a 6, so an 11 total.
Awesome. You barely are able to do this. So you grab her neck and twist, and Erin hits the floor hard and just twitches for a second and stops.
You got your lipstick on my jacket. Oh, come. And completely just forgotten about the body. Now he's trying to wipe away the lipstick, and then he remembers himself. Oh, shit. Okay. Can you still hear me, everyone?
Yeah, I guess. Are you okay?
I'm trying to keep my voice down, but it's hard.
I'm fine. I need to walk around this area. Keep everybody up there distracted. Make sure nobody else goes into the basement. The guard has been moved. He's probably not coming back, and I do not want to be discovered here. I think Aaron took some of that Barlatoa.
I'm not going to correct him, but it's like literally so ridiculous. But he did almost die.
Are you sure she's dead?
He looks down at the ground and pokes her with his beautiful chrome shoe. How dead she looking?
She doesn't move. She's just sitting there, looks pretty dead to you.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, she's not moving.
Okay. Alright, even if she's not moving now, you probably only have, like, a small amount of time before she gets right the fuck back up. Alright?
Layla, what? Fuck!
Remember, the girl got shot. She was so shot everywhere in her body. And she got right back up.
Okay. Walking and talking. Can I cut her head off? Is she like a vampire? Can I stab her in the heart with something? And he's like pulling sheets off the crates as he's walking and talking.
If you have a machete, maybe, but also perhaps get out of there.
No, I can't. Not yet. Give me 1 more minute. And I want to keep looking.
I want to get info for Asha, but that was a big deal. Do we still have time to get info for...
Yeah, can Layla do something upstairs? Oh, yeah. No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that's the question.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you the answer.
Okay.
You can try to do something and see how it all goes. What I will say is Asha made a roll, so anytime Pooja wants to say, I go, which could be literally, oh, he's downstairs with this girl, I'm going to go up, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, I think when Decker splits off, assuming that, that gives us enough time, like it's been a few minutes, we're able to time out both the guards outside and make sure no one's rushing up and down the stairs, that I'm going to make my move to get in when Decker splits off with Aaron.
Okay. So you go across the lawn, no problem. You get to the back next to the trellis. You make your way up, and as you're getting into the office, all of this stuff comes over the headphones. Like, all of a sudden, everything kind of just blows up. Sophia, you're looking at everything and you notice that when the guard leaves, the guard goes to the back of the house and starts to talk to some of the people there. And the guard at the top of the stairs seems a bit distracted. So, Asha, you're able to find the safe in the office relatively quickly. It's a floor safe. You relay that message back to Sophia. With everything going on, what do you want to do? You know that things are going bad downstairs in the basement. So, what's your choice?
Okay, well, we know that at any moment now, Aaron is going to sit back up. That guard is currently talking to other guards and finding out that some shit is totes wrong right now. So I don't have time, I think, to crack this thing. Subtle is no longer the name of the game. I'm going to put a shaped charge on the front of the safe and tell Layla and Decker to get what you need and get out. Because when this blows, it'll trip the alarm.
Okay. Layla, you are now by yourself walking around, and Thaddeus' mother comes up to you and she goes, "Thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it. It's, you've been very helpful, and I'm surprised to see you here. You didn't mention that you were coming to the party when I mentioned it yesterday."
I had no idea it'd be the same one, and honestly, it's always a last-minute decision on my part. I usually pretend to enjoy solitude.
Well, I understand that really well. And I wanted to tell you, so there's a new drug on the market that we're testing, and I think that you're just the kind of person that might benefit from it. And I'd like you to maybe join us on being part of the team to kind of see how to make the drug better.
Wow, like a job opportunity with like a commercial lab or something?
Well, it's not a commercial lab. It's more of a private enterprise with, they're called Delphi Tech. They do a bunch of work, but they're working on this particular drug that we've been trying to. It's supposed to make you live longer, and it's the reason why I can keep up with Chip now. So I think that you would be perfect for being part of our research cadre, I'll say.
It's like, that's a very specific choice of word, I say in my head. Well, that is incredibly flattering, and I definitely, let me think about it. I don't know if you know, I've had a bit of a foray into private enterprise before, and sometimes I really don't know if I'm quite cut out for it, but...
Oh, I think you'll be perfect. You're great at keeping secrets. And this is something we need to keep secret. We can't... until the drug is completely ready for market, we have to keep it to ourselves.
Of course. Well, obviously your secret as of now is safe with me. But if there is... I'm thinking, can I use sense trouble?
Yes, there's trouble.
There's trouble. I want to leave very much. Those are her thoughts at this moment.
Yeah, you're in the middle of a room with a bunch of really middle-aged, rich people who all seem a little off.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm looking at my skills right now. I got some streetwise, but this is not the streets.
No.
Opposite.
Do you have high society at all, or?
I never. This is. I don't know if I sent you my updated.
Your updated
character sheet where I put one in high society. Yeah, I removed it from interrogation.
But you need to look more at general skills and how to get out of here. So
yes. Okay. Blah blah blah. Let's see. What if I do? There's just got to be what if I just throw up right now?
Yes!
Yeah, some people can do that.
Do you want to throw up, or do you just want to say, I need to use the restroom, I'll be right back?
Last time I did that, I got pwned. very much.
This is true, but also a different game.
It was a different game, but my soul, my multi-dimensional soul, has been scarred nonetheless.
So you want to throw up?
I mean, if the thing is that I feel like you're giving this to me, and then you're gonna be like, "Just kidding, she beheads you right now." And
That would be kind of counterproductive for the story.
okay. Maybe I don't need to be so dramatic and crazy, but I'll go green at the gills. I've been drinking, maybe a little too much. Not that I'm drunk, but just that I'm like, I feel that. So maybe there's a bit of a greenness I can conjure.
I understand. It's been nice talking to you. It really has been. And think of my offer, okay?
Absolutely. Once I'm feeling a bit more stable, and I just kind of immediately start walking. Immediately.
So you start walking away. We're going to switch to Decker right now.
Okay.
Decker, you're walking, you're looking everywhere. There are tons and tons of these crates around.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep hearing this sound coming from this machine that's making all this noise.
Mm-hmm.
And you make your way all the way back to the back of the basement. And there's this glass cage with a man who is got on nothing but a pair of underwear. He is being basically tied up, and he's got tubes coming out of his chest, and it's sucking blood out into this large machine. And he looks up at you and he goes, "Free me.
What is this place?
It is my hell.
Who are you?
I'm not sure anymore. You need to free me though. Let me out of this place." And then suddenly you hear the sound of the door shut from behind. Layla, as you're making your way to the front, Erin comes stumbling out of the door that they went through with her head on the wrong way. And she screams, "There are intruders here. Get that woman," and points right at you. "And there's another one in the basement with the Baron." And suddenly the whole place turns into this melee of people suddenly just going nuts, and their faces contorting and their teeth growing. And that's where we're going to stop this episode. So thank you all so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you all enjoyed that. I definitely did. And that's where we're going to end it for this week. Where can we find all these wonderful people? Let's start with Michelle.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at Michulu. That's Michulhu. You can also find my music and Wes's amazing sound effects if you subscribe through BattleBards.
Hello all. As always, I have been your non-binary busy bee. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda. Podcaster, streamer. I can be found on Roll For It soon, playing Good Society. I am one of the downstairs people, and y'all have never seen Downton Abbey. I thought it was called Downtown Abbey for years. Turns out that's not it. So if you want to see me do my best playing posh people, check that out.
Hello, I am Pooja. You can find me on Twitter at LADesi Girl. That's LADESI Girl. Pretty much all the other socials is Forgotten Saves. If you want to hear me play more TTRPGs, you can find me on It's Probably OK's Twitch channel and occasionally on Happy Jack's RPG. I also thought it was Downtown Abbey when I first heard about it.
Yeah, me
Thank
too.
you.
For a long time. Saint.
Hello, I am Saint or Saint Spider, and you can find me on the Twitterverse, just hanging out. That's at Saint Spider TV. That's SAINTSPIDER TV. Thanks.
And I am Wes Otis. You can find me at Plate Mail Games on Twitter. You can find the podcast on the website, which is 12sidestories.com, all spelled out. We are also on Twitter and Instagram as 12-Sided Stories. That's the number 12 Sided Stories all together. So check us out there. You can also check us out on Twitch on Tuesday nights. We have Providence Decayed right now. That show may change whenever you listen to this, but come check us out on Twitch as well. We have a lot of fun there. If you want to help out the podcast/stream now. You can join us on Coffee. You can join us on Patreon. You can buy some merch from us on our Twitch stream. You can also throw 5 stars at us on your favorite platform or give us a shout out on your favorite social media and let people know why you like our show. All of those things go a long way to helping out. Thank you all so much for playing, and thank you all so much for listening. We will see you next week to see if Layla and Decker live through this. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.